for Brazil. Visotto up front, Rafael in to serve and to set. Not a good blocking move that time by Visotto. He's better than that. Leroux has not been a factor serving so far. Perfect pass by Murillo. What a pass. A better block by Lagov. Tied at 17. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. Good serve by Lagov. Coming to Visotto. Sidibé off the block and out of bounds. And it all started with an outstanding serve from Kevin Leroux, who, as I mentioned, has been awful so far serving, but a long way to go, and he just picked it up and helped his team earn a point. Timeout called by Brazil.
O cara fez agora, tá alto, tá bom, valeu, passou boa, passei uma bola pra ele, botou pra outra bola, não fecha, boa, boa, atenção, cuidado agora com o surprise de direção, eu sou, você vai aqui, a porrada pra cá, tá, cuidado ali agora, da primeira.
Brazil easily won the opening set 25-18. But then France came out and got off to a really good start in the second set. They led 8-6, they led 10-6, and at the second technical timeout, 16-12. And then Brazil, Lipe came on and served a couple of aces, and it was nervous time for Kevin Leroux and France, but they held on as Wallace hit a ball out of bounds. France won it 25-23, so here we are. Visotto ripping into the cross court. Perfect pass. And this time it was Lagov commit blocking. Committing on Sidau and giving up the one-on-one to Visotto. Tied at 18. Good rotation for Brazil. Lucarelli, a good server, and also very dangerous out of the back row. But all of that can be forgotten as he served the ball out of bounds. Moret Sidibé came in for Antonin Roussier, tournament's second leading scorer, but he just couldn't get it going against Brazil. Another perfect pass, and Sidau hammers that ball to the floor. Boy, neither team is serving the ball at all well here in the second set. Make it the third, excuse me. Who's going to blink? This is where the experience gap, in my mind, really comes into play. Can France overcome that? Brazil has been in this situation time after time after time. Tough swing for Visotto, ball coming over the top of his head. And that's going to be a lift. Wow, huge call. The head referee, Nasser Shaban of Egypt. Take another look. Yep, good call. That's a good call. Ball came to rest in his hand, and then Sidau can't take advantage as he serves the ball into the net. Excellent call that time by the head referee. You can't serve Murillo in that situation. What are you doing if you're France? Mario da Silva, the libero, was available along with Ricardo Lucarelli, and you serve the ball right to Murillo. You cannot make that kind of mistake. That's a terrible mental error. Passed the ball perfectly, and an easy first ball side out. Here's Bruno. Off the block by Irvin Ngapeth. Benjamin Taniuti, the setter for France, he's got to stay aggressive because Lagov was open there out of the middle. Legoff's going to the sideline, replaced by the libero, but Toniuti's got to stay aggressive in setting his middle blockers. Nicolas Marichal on to serve now. He's got a lively arm. Easy serve off the top of the tape. And there's, ball is almost up. The back one again. And Lipe, who came in and served a couple of aces and almost saved the day for Brazil in the second set, is on once again for Murillo. Off the top of the tape. Ngapeth is stuffed by Wallace and Lucas. And Leroux was open again in the middle. Watch the middle of the court. We're not going to get to see that particular play. Good block by Wallace on the outside. And a timeout is called by France, with Brazil still leading 23-21.
Hey guys, go.
That's a timeout whose only purpose, or which only purpose the timeout had, was to try to take away the rhythm and comfort from Lipe, the server. But France has made a couple of errors here. One, I know, was a huge error, and that was serving Murillo, tied at 21. And then Kevin Leroux, the middle attacker, was wide open on that last play off a good pass, and Toniuti went to the outside to Ngapeth. Lipe again. Again to Ngapeth, and missed it out of bounds. Now we're going to have a challenge. Now, if you're not familiar, the rule was changed not so long ago. The only net violation is at the top of the tape. You can kick it, you can fall in it, you can make a mess out of it. There it is, a net at the top of the tape. I could see it on the monitor. Net violation. Very good use of the challenge. There it is on the outside, and that's the only violation. I think that's a good rule change. Lipe back to the sideline, Murillo back on. And if France serves Murillo here, their coach Laurent Tilly is going to be beside himself. Lucas again. Mario coming through the libero with an excellent pass. And now, look at the difference. Look at Bruno. How many times has he set the ball quick late in this set with the pressure on? Set point number one. Lucarelli smartly keeping the ball in play. Sidibe over the block and out of bounds, but a touch detected, and Wallace immediately says, yes, I got it. So one set point saved. Nice swing by Maurice Sidibe. And what's Irvin Ngapeth? Got to keep the ball in, otherwise you lose the set. If you serve easily, though, you're going to get it right down your throat. Big serve. What a great serve. Coming to Lucarelli for the set. Off the block and out of bounds. There's going to be a challenge. Wonderful shot by Ricardo Lucarelli, the 22-year-old. Into the block, pushed it out of bounds, but France is going to challenge that there was a centerline violation. In other words, a Brazilian player, and it doesn't have to be Lucarelli, was entirely across the center line. Simone Santi, the second referee, has taken a close look, as is Bernardo Rezende. Again, just like the end of the second set, why not challenge? No violation. was close. But you can see his heel is still in contact with the center line, and your entire foot has to violate the line. The challenge does not fly, but Brazil does to a 2-1 lead. They take it 25-23 over France.